Once again, it's Wednesday morning, and Diego, you have bicycled through the rain, and the rain is in Kalmar as well. I think it's all over southern Sweden. But you're awake now, right? Diego, you're awake since the bicycle ride.
Yeah.
20 millimeters is coming. 20 millimeters was it in Lindsdal this morning.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, I heard something about Karlskrona that was going to get up to like 90 millimeters today or tonight. So yeah, a lot of rain. Good thing that we are working inside then, so we don't need to be out in the rain. Last week I could participate in the whole seminar. I had a time. So I was also in the seminar. We talked a lot about pipelines last week. And being able to create a pipeline that deploys our code into the web server that we have created using Ansible on the infrastructure created by Terraform. So now we have the whole chain basically from creating infrastructure and deploying the code. And now it's time to, I guess, summarize all what we have learned into the assignment, right, Diego?
Yeah. Yeah. We published it on Monday. I put it on Slack. Maybe it will appear also in the course page in GitLab or CoursePress. Yeah, so far we have not got any doubt in this day and a half about the content. There are some theoretical parts, so asking knowledge about infrastructure as code for server management and server provisioning, infrastructure provisioning, and some knowledge about what is continuous delivery benefits principles. So what you have been reading these last weeks. And then there is a practical question as well that asks something quite similar to what we have been doing incrementally. So in the end is send the Terraform and Ansible files and a script deploy that executing the script invokes everything necessary to create to provision network, security groups, and server, and also installs a web server and configures the web server to listen to another port and deploy some application data, some index.html. That is one of our pages in CoursePress. Yeah, so basically what you have been doing. If you were doing the tasks timely, yeah, now write a report with what you have done. Otherwise, you have to do them now with less help.
Yeah. Great. And just to remind everybody, this assignment is graded with pass and fail. So it's not it has no grades more than pass and fail. So everybody knows that. I'm creating we talked about this just before we began. So I will create a assignment repository for all students. So you will be able to clone a assignment report, assignment repository or project. And in that project, you will add the PDF file with the report, and you will also put all your deploy scripts and Terraform scripts and things like that. And then you will do a merge request before the deadline, just as usual. I think everybody are kind of up to speed with how that works, but I will provide the instructions for that. And yeah, that's basically it, I think, for the assignment. Is it... Should it... I guess that the maximum numbers of pages on the assignment is kind of like a good estimation of, if it says like no more than, what did it say? No more than 2 pages, then it's not like you're going to write 2 sentences, because then I guess you are about to write around less than 2 pages. So that's an indication of what we expect, I guess, in mass of text. Also remind everybody that, answers to those questions are in the theory that has been presented during those weeks. So be sure to backtrack and look at references, and don't forget to make references as well if you when you find information that is useful. Anything more to say about the assignment?
No, I don't have anything else to say. Now that I could see it bigger. Yeah, the practical point is 1.4. Also 1.2 and 1.3 have a second bullet, like provide a list of pros and cons. That is to know your feeling about the tools and the maturity of your comments. Yep. So to know if you are like discovering them today, or if you have been practicing with them in the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
2-3 weeks.
Great. And the plan, you will start working on this now, so you will be probably hard at work working with this assignment for the week, the course week 5. And next week, course week 6, we will start to introduce the next part of the course. There will not be really much to do next week, but the week after we will really start with that after the deadline of this assignment. So now it's the focus is on the assignment. Do we have, Mats or Diego, do we have any questions that are unanswered in the Slack? That's usually a good thing to just have a look at.
I don't think
there
so.
has, of course, there are some questions, but that is more like technical questions, I guess. Maybe nothing to say right now.
Well, I don't think. Have you mentioned anything about this Windows and the subsystem? You're writing a guide around that, I think.
Yeah, actually, we had a discussion that some students found it hard. Windows is a problem, and Diego, you are running Mac, right? And I am running Mac, and Mats, you are on Windows, and Niklas is on Windows. So on Windows, it was a little bit of a hassle to install Terraform and things like that. But Mats, you started off by
not Terraform, but Ansible, I think.
Was it? Yeah, but I think that Terraform as well was not as straightforward as on Linux Mac. So what I did was just to create a guide, because you can run Windows subsystem for Linux on Windows. Let's see. No, not that one. Sorry. This one. Here we go. And it's really kind of straightforward. You just follow the installation instructions on Microsoft and install Windows subsystem for Linux. However, there are some things to just think about when you do this. So Windows subsystem for Linux is basically a virtual Linux inside of your Windows machine, and there are some connection points between the virtual machine and your Windows system, but you can think of them as 2 separate computers, or 2 separate systems. That means that the SSH keys that you have on Windows and have used maybe during those years when you have studied, they are not available by default in the Linux subsystem. So I would recommend, and that's what I wrote in the guide, I recommend that you create a new key pair for the Windows subsystem Linux, so that you have one key pair for the Linux machine and you keep the other key pair for your Windows machine. And then you need to create the SSH keys, and you need to add the SSH keys to GitLab, because GitLab has the public key of your Windows computer and not the SSH key of the Linux machine. So you need to add that to GitLab. You just follow the instructions and that will work. you also need to, if you already downloaded this SSH key to CS Cloud into your Windows machine, you need to copy that one into your Windows subsystem for Linux as well. There is a way to synchronize the keys between the systems, but well, you can. You can, but I think it's much easier to just look at them as two separate systems. Yeah, that is basically so if you run Terraform and you run Ansible and you run everything inside of this Windows subsystem for Linux, and it will be much easier, and it will be, everything will work basically, and I think we have kind of confirmed that as well. And Mats, you had yet another idea that how we can do this with a Docker container. You created a Docker container that we might add to the GitLab container registry, and then you can use a Docker machine with everything pre-installed if you like as well. But that will be for probably next year instead. But we will try. So just be aware that this guide is here. I will also add, just as Diego said, I will add the instructions so you can reach the instructions for the assignment under this part as well. It will be there today, and I will make sure that you all get your repositories generated during the day as well. You can, of course, start working. You just create a PDF file. You don't need to have it version controlled all the way. So. Okay, that was good catch, Mats, on that one. Other than that,
well, we had activity control.
Yeah,
to report on, I think. Yeah.
Thank you, Oliver, for reminding me that I forgot to post it. But we have had a lot of reactions. Have we synchronized them yet?
Yep. Just 2 students hasn't said anything about that they are active on the course.
Okay. You can send those names to me, and I can.
Yeah, you can see them in the protocol.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
Then I will contact the 2 of you that hasn't and see if you are still active. Otherwise, you will be unregistered from the course. Anything more to say? Then I will unpin that activity control actually, and make it obsolete. Basically think that is it for today. Nothing more to. Yeah, just let me see one thing actually. Yeah, one thing that is not related to this course. We have a program council, program board on Friday for those students, and I think it's only Elena in this group, so the class representative. So if you have anything, just as usual, send them to Elena so she can bring it up on Friday when we have the program council. I'm now trying to find class representatives for the first year. They are haven't sent me any names yet, so I'm beginning to worry that they can't find anyone for this board, but it's an important thing. Yeah, I'm quiet because I cannot think of anything more to say.
I don't think there is any.
Well, okay, but then good luck with the assignment, and see you in Slack. Thank you, and have a nice day.